Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Whitaker-Myers Wealth Managers Question of the Week video. Today, we get to dive into a very important topic for anyone looking to retire one day, which is probably, my guess, all of you. Now, Hannah in Naples, Florida asks, we have been prepping for retirement for the last few years, and we think we're ready to pull the trigger on our retirement. But before we do, can you please give us the top 4 to 5 considerations, in your opinion, on what we need to be thinking about as we enter retirement? Well, Hannah, this is a great topic, a great one to think about if you're planning to retire soon, as you and your husband are getting ready to do it, sounds like. Hopefully these tips and tricks we'll talk about, the things that we try to get our clients to think about to prepare for, will provide you a fulfilling and stress-free retirement. And if you're a client of Whitaker-Myers Wealth Managers and getting ready to retire in the next few years or even have recently, please contact your financial advisor or planner, because we would love to give you a free copy of the book, What the Happiest Retirees Know. This is an excellent book that helps ensure you've thought about the financial issues and the non-financial issues that you must unpack along the way of retirement. So let's dig in to our top 5 considerations as we think about retirement. The first thing we tell people to think about, of course, is your financial stability. Ensuring that you have enough funds to support your lifestyle in retirement is, of course, crucial, something you have to think about. Now, you should do things like start by reviewing your emergency fund. Do I have the emergency fund I need? Look at my pension, Social Security, any other income sources. Of course, it's wise to consult with a financial advisor to create a retirement budget and retirement plan that includes things like, what am I spending on healthcare costs? What does inflation look like in the future? These are all things you need to consider. And also, how much should I be withdrawing each year or each month out of my portfolio based on what I've saved? How do I deal with the sequence of return risks? The fact that the stock market doesn't go up in a straight line. How do I build in non-correlated assets into my investment portfolio? There's, of course, no one-size-fits-all answer to these questions. And so with proper planning, you can do things like generate maybe tax savings because of the way you do your withdrawal strategy, because of the structure of your investments. Many people that do it themselves in the accumulation phase, they hire a professional for the decumulation phase because it's so much more difficult to manage with all the aspects you have to be thinking about. The second thing we tell people to look at is healthcare. As we age, healthcare becomes a priority. So through retirement, healthcare is going to be a major priority. You should look into your options for Medicare and supplemental insurance, and you should understand the coverage, the out-of-pocket costs, the long-term issues within health insurance, and maybe do I even need long-term care for nursing home costs that may arise. Now, we have an in-house healthcare expert that helps our clients specifically look at what options they should consider when looking at Medicare based on their current health situation, the doctors they have, the medication they take, and all kinds of other factors that may come into play. This is not something you want to forget about in retirement in the planning process, and not something you want to forget about as it relates to accounting the costs. If you're going to retire before 65, you need to consider how much or how you will buy health insurance until 65. And thankfully, in today's world, that is possible. And it can be done more efficiently with lower costs, or it can be done inefficiently with higher costs. And part of that depends on factor number 1. How much did you save? And what types of accounts did you save into? Hint, hint, the Roth IRA can be very helpful for this. The third thing we tell people to look at is your lifestyle and your location. Retirement is a chance to live your dream, so to speak. To give away one of the key points in the book we mentioned above, where you live should actually depend on where your family and specifically where your kids and your grandkids are living. The happiest people lived close to those family members. Now, you should also think about what kind of lifestyle you want. And that can maybe change where you live. Is it a quiet rural life or being close to a vibrant city with easy access to all kinds of activities? You should choose a location that aligns with your interests and your mobility needs. I've even written articles on our website about reasons why people choose places like Austin, Texas, or places in Florida, 2 of the primary locations in retirement. Of course, nowadays, South Carolina is even becoming a very popular option. Fourth on our list is maintaining social connections. Staying socially active can keep you happy, but it also can keep you very healthy. Look for communities or clubs that match the things that you're interested in, and consider living close to family or friends, again, that are important to you and that can help drive social activity. Again, the book that we will give you talks about the optimal number of core pursuits, things that will take your time and attention. As an evangelical Christian, we believe that we were made for work, not leisure. That's not to say you should spend, 40 hours a week working in retirement, but you've of course earned the right to slow down, but your body probably can't keep pace with that much work anyway. But the happiest people did have things that took their time and attention. And your requirement to fulfill the Great Commission doesn't end at retirement. As a matter of fact, it may be the best years you have to make a kingdom impact and fulfill that Great Commission. And finally, let's talk about legal and estate planning. Making sure your legal documents are in order, including things like your will, making sure you have a power of attorney, a healthcare power of attorney, a living will, and possibly any trust. Those are all very important. Planning ahead can save your family confusion. It can ensure that your wishes are followed. A good phrase we often hear from estate planners, or a good story, I should say, is at the reading of the will, here's the scenario it comes out like. The wife says, you know what, I want the house. The son says, you know what, I would prefer the car collection. The daughter says, I want the lake house. And little Johnny, who's the black sheep of the family, he says, you know what I want? I want revenge. A will or a trust makes little Johnny ineffective in his desires for what he wants to do to the family. And we all have that little Johnny. So retirement should be a rewarding phase of your life. And taking care of the 5 things we discussed above will help make sure that you can make the most of your retirement. I'm sure, Hannah, that you and your husband are getting ready to enter a very exciting phase. And if you take care of these 5 priorities, then you'll be ready for this next step. You'll be happy, healthy, and have a lot of fun. So thanks so much for asking that question. If you found this video helpful, would you do us a favor? You can do us a favor by hitting the like and the subscribe button. The like button helps push our content out to more people through Google, YouTube, and Rumble's algorithms. And the subscribe button helps our content be pushed out to you as we release it, including the video we released this week, which was our monthly webinar series with Curtis Knoll of the Barnabas Foundation, where we talked about donor-advised funds and an optimal way to do your giving. If you would like to meet with any of our financial planners or coaches, you can go to the comment section of this video and schedule a meeting with them. Our coaches help you in baby steps 1, 2, and 3. Get out of debt, stay out of debt, live debt-free, and hold you accountable to that. Our planners help you in baby steps 4, 5, 6, and 7, so you can get to 7 where you live and give like no one else. Thanks so much. We'll look forward to seeing you next week.